Welcome back everyone. iPadOS 14 just came out and I just got the iPad mini 4 again, so I might as well re-review it on this specific iPad. I've already reviewed it on my iPad Pro 3rd gen, my iPad Pro 1st gen 9.7 inch, my iPad Air 2, and now I got this one. And I will tell you, iPadOS 14, even though you should still not install the beta, I would 100% recommend not installing it. It really wasn't that crazy of an upgrade, compared to iOS 14. So going from iOS 13 to iOS 14 is a bigger upgrade than going from iPadOS 13 to iPadOS 14. But there's still some really cool differences between them. I like them. And I like iPadOS 14 a lot. And the good news is with that is that if you have a device on iPadOS 14, it's going to be pretty stable. Even on an older iPad like the iPad mini 4, like this is, you're going to have a pretty good experience. So that's a really good thing. I love seeing that. Not a lot of people talk about the older iPads. I really haven't even been talking about the software for these, even though I review the hardware. So that's a really big thing. Stability is probably going to be top tier, even though it's still in a beta. And when it officially comes out, that first official version of iOS 14 or iPadOS 14 is going to be really good. Now we do have this new feature. I'll just get into the features right now of the widgets, and as you can see, I'm already running into a glitch. For some reason the widgets are not popping up. I don't know why that's happening. Even in landscape mode they don't work, so I don't know what's going on with that. I'll have to look into that. So again, just another bug. As soon as I said it was stable, we can run into this issue, but it's totally okay. But we do have these new widgets, which is really cool. Unfortunately they're not coming up here, but whenever they do, I'm sure you guys have seen them by now. We still cannot drag and drop them, which is weird. I don't understand why that's happening, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can really do about it. But that's a really cool thing. I really do like the widgets. We now have new sidebars on the sides of the Files app and tons of other apps system-wide as well, which is really cool. So if you can actually go, if you go to different things, not just the settings, but really any other iPad or any other like Files app, for example, and some other things, they actually do showcase some new things with that too. So that's a really cool thing, having different sidebars on the side. The music app also got a little bit of an update, so if you play certain songs and stuff, there's a new type of layout, and as you can see, we do have the sidebar here too. And there's some new songs now. I don't have a thing, but I guess I don't even want to do it, but the music app is a little bit different. Another huge change, we now have Siri in the corner. So if I go and enable Siri, as you see, Siri is on the side, and it doesn't take up the whole entire screen as it used to. I can't believe it took them this long to figure this out, but it's still kind of weird that we can't tap and screen and go around. We have to go out of Siri and then go back into it and then go out of it if we want to do anything else. So it's weird that we have picture-in-picture on even iPhones and iPads and stuff. We've been having it on iPads, but we still can't really do anything. We can only still focus on one thing at a time when it comes to Siri. So that's kind of one thing to keep in mind. Our universal search is kind of similar to how it is on Macs, which is kind of cool. So if you know universal search on Macs, it's kind of the same exact thing here. The only thing to keep in mind is that, and this is just a theory, there's no way to verify this, but I personally do believe that if Apple, it seems like they're switching over to this type of layout, I kind of think that we could have floating window multitasking coming to iPads within iPadOS 15, in my opinion. This is kind of the first step. I was able to get it without the keyboard being, okay, so just like this, if you look at this, and on other iPads, there's like an X button on there too. For some reason, I'm not seeing it here. Maybe I have to type something in. Also, as you can see, there is an X button right here. Doesn't that look kind of like a floating window? To me, it kind of does, but I guess it's just, per person, it's a little bit different, but I guess we'll see what happens. There's some new Apple Pencil features, as well as some new AirPod features, so if you're switching between your iPad and iPhone 11 and your Mac, your AirPods will dynamically switch between them, which is really cool, so you don't even have to unpair them and pair them and all that stuff. You don't have to deal with that anymore with iPadOS 14. And the caller user interface changed, so if you have an iPad that supports any caller, or even if you FaceTime on your iPad, you can now swipe it away. It's just a little bar up here, which is really cool. So those are some main changes. I did run a benchmark, which I'll go ahead and show you guys. And this was the score that I just got, 367 for my single core score, 696 for my multi-core score. It's not really that good if I'm being honest, but for an older iPad that's still supported, I'll take it. I do have a metal score and 456 on my metal score. I'll give you an example. I think on my iPhone 6s, I was getting about 1,000, I think, or maybe a little bit less. This is almost the same score as my iPhone 6, which kind of makes sense because it has the same chipset as it, but in terms of everything else, that really pretty much covers it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. The like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.